Hi, my name is Monica Rey and I'm Senior Associate at TPS. In this video, I'd like to give you some information pills about the application of the resale price method. Once again, following the same structure we explained when talking about the CAP method and the cost plus, let's take a look at the typical transactions where the application of the resale price method could be considered as the most appropriate. In order to apply the internal resale price method, the company should carry out a transaction with a third party under the same terms and conditions applied in a transaction of the same kind concluded with a related party, only if a sufficiently comparable and controlled transaction can be identified. Considering the external resale price method, it can be applied if the company doesn't carry out a transaction with a third party under the same terms and conditions applied in a transaction of the same kind concluded with a related party. External resale price method is usually applicable to distribution activities. An appropriate resale price margin is easiest to determine where the reseller does not add much to the value of the product. In contrast, it may be more difficult to use the resale price method to arrive at an arm's length price where, before resale, the goods are further processed or incorporated into a more complicated product so that their identity is lost or transformed. Important to give more weight to other attributes of comparability when the gross margin relates primarily to those and only secondarily to the particular product being transferred. In a market economy, the compensation for performing similar functions would tend to be similar across different activities. In contrast, prices for different products would tend to equalize only to the extent that those products were substitutes from one another. Because gross profit margins represent gross compensation after the cost of sales of specific functions performed, taking into account asset use and risk assumed, product differences are less significant. For example, the fact that a distribution company performs the same function selling red shoes as it could perform selling green skirts in a market economy makes that this company could obtain a similar level of compensation for the two activities. However, consumers could not consider shoes and skirts to be particularly close substitutes, and there would be no reason to expect their prices to be the same. It could be expected that the amount of the resale price margin will be influenced by the level of activities performed by the reseller. This level of activities can range from the case where the reseller performs only minimal services as forwarding agent to the case where the reseller takes on the full risk of ownership together with the full responsibility for and the risk involved in advertising, marketing, distributing, and guaranteeing the goods, financing stocks, and other connected services. In contrast, if the reseller in the controlled transaction does not carry on a substantial commercial activity but only transfers the goods to a third party, the resale price margin could, considering the functions performed, be a small one. Hope you enjoyed this video. If you want to watch more videos like this one, click to subscribe to our channel. See you next time!